Okay, so this video is meant to help you with this drawing and add some of the things that we haven't talked about yet. And so you can see that there are circles and there's a polar array that we just worked with, right? So the main things I want to show you is that once you get all your circles in and you need this line that's at an angle of 22.5. There are a lot of different ways you can do that. And so I'm going to show you a couple different ways. One way is to go down in the bottom right corner, the fourth icon over, it's polar tracking, but there's a little arrow next to polar tracking. And we may have used this already to track incrementally 45 degrees, but this time we need a specific angle. This is one of many ways I'm going to show you. So this way, you can go to tracking settings. So the fourth icon over there, the little arrow, click on tracking settings. See, I already put it in here, but what you'll do is pick the new button to add any additional angles. So you're going to type in 22.5 as your additional angle. And now you can track to the angle of 22.5. Okay, so go ahead and click OK. And now once you have all of your circles, and let's just say that, and this is the work in progress, you've got these 3 circles right there. And now you need this line that's 22.5 so you can draw this one circle so that you can use polar array. One option, I'll go ahead and make the object layer current, is to draw the line from the center. So now you're going to kind of like click on the center and come over here and look for 22.5. See that? 22.5. So you added an additional angle that was specific to 22.5. You can go ahead and click and to like draw that line and then click on it again. Click inside the little grip there and pull your mouse along that line. We're using the extension object snap. You can go ahead and pull that out and click. So make sure it should be checked under your object snaps right here. Under the object snap menu, we should have a check mark and extension. The extension should be already checked, but just in case it's not, that gives you the option. You see, I'm kind of like tracking along and extending this line that I just drew. That was 22.5. All right, so that's one way. And another way of drawing this line here, that's 22.5, is to draw a line here that's horizontal, and then use the rotate command. In the modify panel, I can start rotate right there. Select my line, enter it, pick a base point, which is the end of the line or the center of the circle right there. You see how dynamically I'm doing it. And I'm going to type in 22.5 and enter. So there it goes. It rotates the line 22.5. So you can use here a specific angle using object tracking settings, or you can rotate the line. And there are other advanced commands where you can rotate it and copy it. So lots of things, lots of options. Another way to do it is to use the coordinate system to type in values to draw a line that's at an angle. And when we get to that conversation, we'll include that as well. And then remember that with your angular dimensioning, you do need to have lines, which you can move to the dimension line layer. So when I'm underneath linear and I click angular and I click here and here, just want to show you this because I'm picking up a few little things here, and I click, you see how it's only 23 degrees? It's 23 degrees, but we learned this a little bit earlier. You can click on that dimension, that 23 degrees, right click, go to precision, and pick 0.0. See how that's going to change that to 22.5? So that's how you're going to change your angle to 22.5 degrees. And once you have this small circle here, that one circle that you will create at the intersection of this line and this middle circle, you can use polar array. And remember, you're going to change your items. So you have 8 items for those circles. The other thing to keep in mind, I would, because we have the small notch here, and the dimension goes from the top to the bottom, but we're going to be trimming that out. I would go ahead and place your 5 inch right here dimension so that you can have it at the top of the circle to the bottom of the circle over here. Later on, you're going to double click and put that symbol in there that we learned about in the first video. Also, there are some debates, and I looked this up 100 times, on the 0.25 going from the top of the circle or going from where it hits right here on the circle. Hey, we're just going to draw it from the top of the circle down 0.25. So you might want to throw that dimension into before you start creating this little notch that's in this circular plate of some sort, right? So when you come over here, just want to give you some pointers on how to do this. You can draw a line that's at the top. Actually, what I did was I just drew a line from the top of the circle over, then I stretched it out using the grips, not the circle, the line, and then I use the offset command. You can use the offset command to offset this down 0.25. Also, I drew another line here from the top of the circle down, and then because this is 0.5, I did an offset of 0.25 here and here. And once you trim all of this out, you'll have your little notch that you can use right here and create your polar array with 4 items, right? This one is going to be the one that you use the polar array for. Okay. I think you're familiar with everything else. Remember the angular dimensioning? You will need to have lines to click on. You see, that's why I have this extra line here. A little extra line here. And I did have one there, but I deleted. We are using an LT scale of 0.5. But when you start drawing this, you're going to see what it looks like. LT scale. So if we use 1, see how that center line is a little bit open? It's okay. If you're okay with that, just leave it like that. Or LT scale and 0.5. And it looks like the drawing up here. Remember also, when you double click in these, you have that blinking cursor. This one, you're going to use the symbol right here, diameter. We got that from before, just to point out that it is the diameter. The rest, we just have like the 8x over here because there's 8 circles, or 8 times that it's 45 degrees. And that's exactly what was on there. And also 8x for the circles over here and 4x here, 4 times. All right then, that should give you enough to save the drawing, create your layers. Remember, the def points layer is not one that you're creating. And we don't need a hidden layer for this one. We only need the object layer, the dim text layer, and the layer. Okay, hopefully you have enough information to create this. Let us know if there's something missing that you need to continue. And watch out for your line weights. I just noticed something here I'll have to fix. This right here, line, should not be the object layer. This should be the dim text layer. I'll go back and fix that.